ಹಲೋ ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ SSLC ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿ ಮಿತ್ರರೇ ಹಾಗೂ ನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಶಿಕ್ಷಕ ವೃತ್ತಿ ಬಾಂಧವರೇ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಒಂದು ವಿಡಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ 4 ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ B.R. ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದ ಮೇಲೆ ಲೆಸನ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಅನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಗ್ರಾಮರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೊಕ್ಯಾಬ್ಯುಲರಿ, ಕಾಂಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಲುಕ್ at the solutions then. The first question is, choose the appropriate question tag and fill in the blanks of the ide. He bought books by curtailing his daily needs. Given sentence is in past tense. So let's use the helping verb did. Okay. Here as it is a given sentence is positive, and let's go for the negative tag, that is didn't he is the right question tag. Next one. The Constitution is a fundamental document. Again, the given sentence is positive, and let's go for the negative tag, that is isn't it is the right answer. Read the conversation and fill in the blanks with the correct if clause choosing from the given alternatives. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ if clause third condition ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಸರಿಯಾದಂತ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು fill up ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. If you had gone to the bus station at 10 a.m. you wouldn't have missed the bus. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವುಡೆಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸರಿಯಾದ ಒಂದು ಆಯ್ಕೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಬೀನ್ ವಿತ್ ಮೈ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಫ್ಯಾಂಟಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಮೀ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ಡ್ ಯು ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವುಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಒಂದು ಸರಿಯಾದಂಥ ಇಫ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ದೆನ್ read the conversation and choose the correct infinitive. As we all know that infinitives are nothing but the verbs followed by the prepositions. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಬ್ ಹಿಂದೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಿಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿವ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಮೇರ್ಲಿ ಟು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಟು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ವರ್ಬ್ ಇದೆ, ವರ್ಬ್ ಇಂದ ಪ್ರಿಪೋಸಿಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿವ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್, Great says try to bring all the communities of India together in a creative partnership. Okay, ili to bring is the infinitive. Okay, then let's move on to the next one. Read the conversation and choose the language function for the underlined sentences anta kelidare. Then why don't you consult an expert doctor? Here it's nothing but giving suggestion to someone. Okay, and next one is, could you please teach me some grammatical structures in English language? Okay, could you please, here it's making a request. Okay, and next one is, I am thankful to you for having helped me with English grammar. Okay, again here it's expressing gratitude to someone for his help. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ expressing gratitude ಅಂತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Then do as directed. Combine the word in column A with its collocative word in column B. Collocative words mele. Let's look at the first one. Depressed classes. Dr. Ambedkar worked for the depressed classes in India. The next one, Dr. Ambedkar was a voracious reader. Voracious reader. Andre collocative words are nothing but naturally paired words anta. Okay. Next one, social justice. Okay, he fought and worked for the social justice of the depressed classes anta. Next one, insatiable thirst for books. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had an insatiable thirst for books. Okay, then here write the number of syllables for each of the following words ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಸಿಲೆಬಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ the group of first one. Pillar, there are 2 syllables. Fundamental 4, legislature 4, executive 4, and dedication 4, demonstrate 3, direction 3, tyranny 3, and curtail 2, conference 3, leader 2, judiciary 5. Okay, and last group of words is anarchy 3, minister 3 syllables, edifies 3 syllables, and disobedience, of course it has 5 syllables. Okay, this is how you can find out the number of syllables and write it. Next one is another, that is constitution, is 4 syllables, oppression 3 syllables, and class 1 syllable, organ 2 syllables. Okay, next one, Fill in the blank with appropriate tense form of the verb given in brackets. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಒಂದು ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಗೆ ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವರ್ಬ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾದ ಒಂದು ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಬಾ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಒಂದು ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಬ್ ಕೂಡ ಫಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಬಾಬಾ ಸಾಹೇಬ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ಡ್ by the life and work of Mahatma Phule ಅಂತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Then Baba Saheb's newspaper dash as the voice of the depressed classes ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಬಿ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಬ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ದೆನ್ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಬೀನ್ ಅಂತ. Dr. Baba Saheb's newspapers have been recognized as the voice of the depressed classes in India. And fill in the blank with the appropriate preposition. Dr. Ambedkar was aided dash the indefatigable constitutional advisor B.N. Rao. Aided by the anta agbeku. Okay. Then second one, the Tamil poetess always said there are only two castes in the world. Okay, in anta barbeku illi. Next one is fill in the blank with a suitable linker. Linker in the sense conjunctions anta. The charitable dash give are superior means who give are superior. Who anta barbeku. The next one is it's a document dash defines the position and power of the three organs of the state. It's a document that defines the position and power of the three organs of the state. That ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಕಂಜಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ. The next one is use these words as a verb in a sentence of your own ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ರಿಯಾಪದಗಳಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಂತ ವಾಕ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ is position, and he positioned the chairs neatly in a row. Okay, search. The police searched the entire area for clues. Okay, gift. The company gifted him a gold watch for his service. Dream. She dreams of becoming a scientist one day. This is how you can make beautiful sentences by using the given words as verbs. Let's move on to the next part. Identify the parts of the speech of the underlined word ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ. Such a prominent champion of the oppressed and depressed in India has passed away. Such a prominent champion. ಇಲ್ಲಿ champion means it's a noun and prominent means adjective ಅಂತ. Okay, and next one is Baba Saheb came to be greatly influenced by the life and work of Mahatma Phule. Influenced is verb and it describes the verb. It qualifies the verb. So it is nothing but adverb. And write the correct form of the word given in the brackets. Here Ambedkar's dash of the constitution is significant. Here nothing but Ambedkar's observation of the constitution is significant. Observe anta ide, adu observation anta agbeku. And next one is he bought books by curtailing his daily needs. ಇಲ್ಲಿ curtail ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, that should be made curtailing ಅಂತ ಆಗಬೇಕು. Okay, and next one is fill in the blank using the correct article. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸರಿಯಾದಂತ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅನ್ನ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಲ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ರಾಜೇಶ್ ಈಸ್ an NCT candidate or student ಅಂತ. Why? Because here N, it has vowel sound like NCC. Okay, so N is used there. Next one, Dr. Ambedkar served as the chairman of the drafting committee of dash Constituent Assembly of India ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಡೆಫಿನಿಟ್ ಆರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ದ ಅನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. That is drafting committee of the Constituent Assembly of India ಅಂತ. Specific, it refers to the specific assembly. Okay, then Ambedkar had dash insatiable thirst for books ಅಂತ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ he had an insatiable thirst for books anta. Why? Because the insatiable begins with the vowel sound, so therefore an is used there. Next one, our constitution is a fundamental document. A fundamental document anta use madu. Why? Because it begins with the consonant sound of fundamental. Next one, we had dash ocean of patience, or he had an ocean of patience anta. An ocean, again the ocean begins with the vowel sound, therefore an is used there. Next one, Nehru chose Ambedkar as the first law minister of India. Why? Because it indicates the order, the first law minister. Okay, so therefore the definite article the is used before the ordinals and cardinals, as we all know that. Let's move on to the next one. Change the following into passive voice. They are purchasing a car. Given sentence is in ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್. ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಒಂದು ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅ ಕಾರ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದೆಮ್. ದ ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಮಿಟಿ ಡ್ರಾಫ್ಟೆಡ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸೊ the passive form of this one will be the Constitution of India was drafted by the drafting committee. Next one is change the following sentence into other two degrees of comparison. Look at the question then. Sharan is taller than any other boy in our class. Illi ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ sentence comparative degree nallide. We have to write positive and superlative. Okay, let's look at the positive degree then. No other boy in our class is as tall as Sharan. The next superlative will be Sharan is the tallest boy in our class. Next one, no other river in India is as long as the Ganga. Okay, here it's given sentences in the positive degree, so we have to write comparative and superlative. The Ganga is longer than any other river in India. Then superlative, the Ganga is the longest river in India. Okay, next one is read the following conversation and change the underlined sentences into reported speech ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Here I joined this company last year. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ as we all know that we have to change that. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ರಾಕೇಶ್ ರಿಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ದಟ್ he had joined that company the previous year anta. Okay, then I am completing my maths homework. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಾಗ ಅದನ್ನ ಪಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್. Nikita replied that she was completing her maths notes. Okay, then the following paragraphs has two errors. Edit the paragraph and rewrite it in the answer booklet. Clues are given below. Okay, while in the USA, he was drawn to the 14th Amendment of the Constitution of the USA, which given freedom to the black Americans. ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸು. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡ್ರಾನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಇದೆ, DRAN ಆಗಿದೆ. ದ ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಸ್ಪೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ DRAWN ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಡ್ರಾನ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಲುಕ್ ಅಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಗಿವನ್ ಅಂತ ಆಗಿದೆ, ದಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಗೇವ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ವಿಚ್ ಗೇವ್ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಟು ದಿ ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಅಮೇರಿಕನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, next one is once a poor woman was walking from one village to another, carry a bundle on her head, unable to lift it easily. She rested every now and then. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಂಬರ್, ನೌನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಲೂರಲ್ ನೌನ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಸಿಂಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅ ಪುವರ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅದು women is plural, woman is singular, so therefore woman ಆಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ. ದೆನ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಕೇಳಿದರೆ ವಿಲೇಜ್ ಟು ಅನದರ್, ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯಾರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ದಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಮೇಡ್ ಕ್ಯಾರಿಯಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ವರ್ಬಲ್ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಮೂವ್ ಟು ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್. ಆನ್ಸರ್ ದ ಫಾಲೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ 2 to 3 sentences ಈಚ್. ಅಂದರೆ 2 ಅಂಕಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಬಹುದಾದಂಥ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು questions. These are already asked in 2016 April examination and 2025 March examination, and next one 2022 examination ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. What is that? How do you say that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was a voracious reader? Okay. Or Ambedkar had a great thirst for books when he was a student ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Then, for this, the expected answer is throughout his life, Dr. Ambedkar was a voracious reader. He had an insatiable thirst for books. He bought books by curtailing his daily needs. In New York, he purchased about 2,000 books. And in London, he bought so many books that they had to be sent to India in 32 boxes. And next question is, what was the major influence on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar when he was in the USA? ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Then how did the 14th Amendment of the American Constitution and Mahatma Phule influence Dr. B.R. Ambedkar? This question was again asked in 2016 and 2017. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 14ನೇ ತಿದ್ದುಪಡಿ ಒಂದು ಅಮೆರಿಕದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದರು. ಅದು ಮತ್ತು ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಫುಲೆಯವರ ಜೀವನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರ ಮೇಲೆ ಪ್ರಭಾವವನ್ನು ಬೀರ್ತು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಈಸ್, while in USA, Ambedkar was drawn to the 14th Amendment of the Constitution of the USA, which gave freedom to the black Americans. He was at once the parallel of the situation for the depressed classes in India. On returning India, he was greatly influenced by the life and work of Mahatma Phule, the votary of a classless society and women's upliftment. This made him to devote all his time and talent for the betterment of his underprivileged brother. Next question is, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar worked for the upliftment of the depressed classes. Explain ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿ ಆರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರು ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಕೆಳವರ್ಗದ ಜನರಿಗಾಗಿ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಹತ್ವಪೂರ್ಣವಾದಂಥ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದರು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ 2020 April examination. The expected answer is, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar dedicated his life to the upliftment of the depressed classes. He started newspapers to create awareness among the people. He founded institutions, fought against untouchability, and advocated for equal rights throughout the education, employment, and political representation. He also played a key role in framing laws that protected their rights. Next one, name the newspapers and the institutions started by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Okay, Dr. Ambedkar started newspapers like Mukanayak, Bahishkrit Bharat, and he founded institutions such as People's Education Society, Scheduled Castes Federation, and Independent Labour Party to support education and political empowerment of the depressed classes. Next one is, how can you say that Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was an effective member of the Bombay Legislative Assembly ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಾಂಬೆ ಲೆಜಿಸ್ಲೇಟಿವ್ ಅಸೆಂಬ್ಲಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರೊಬ್ಬ ಪರಿಣಾಮಕಾರಿಯಾಗಿ ಸದಸ್ಯತ್ವ ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ನಿಭಾಯಿಸಿದ್ರು, ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Let's look at the answer. Dr. Ambedkar was an effective member of the Bombay Legislative Assembly. He raised issues of workers, peasants, and the depressed classes. He fought for the maternity benefits for women and equal pay for equal work. His speeches were logical and fearless. Next one, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was not in the Congress party, yet he was made the chairman of the drafting committee. Why? Okay. Though Dr. Ambedkar was not a member of the Congress, he was chosen as a chairman of the drafting committee because of his intellect, legal expertise, and the deep understanding of the constitutional principles. And he was respected across the political lines for his clarity of thought and commitment to justice. And he had a very great skills in law and legislatures that made them to choose him as the chairman of the drafting committee. Then, who were the notable members of the drafting committee? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರ ಹೊರತಾಗಿ ಇನ್ನೂ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಸಮಿತಿಯ ಸದಸ್ಯರಿದ್ದರು. ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. And the notable members of the drafting committee were Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Alladi Krishnaswamy Iyer, K. M. Munshi, and Gopal Swamy Iyengar, B.L. Mitter, Muhammad Sadullah, and D.P. Kaitan. Okay, and many more they worked with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And Nehru chose Ambedkar as the first Law Minister of India for three reasons. What were they? Or why did Nehru choose Dr. B.R. Ambedkar as the first Law Minister of India? This question was asked in 2015, 2020, 2022, and 2019 and 2022. Or the same question can be asked in what great qualities of Dr. Ambedkar made Nehru to choose him the first Law Minister of independent India. This question was asked in 2023. So you should give more importance for this question and practice it. The answer is Dr. Ambedkar had a great skill in law and legislation. He had the vision of social justice. Therefore, Nehru chose him to be the first Law Minister of India. Next, how did Dr. Ambedkar and Mahatma Gandhi try to wipe out caste discrimination from India? ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧಿ ಮತ್ತು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಒಂದು ಜಾತಿ ಪದ್ಧತಿಯನ್ನು ಭಾರತದಿಂದ ನಿರ್ಮೂಲನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನಿಸಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ 2020, 2023, 24 and 25. So this is also a very important question and you can practice it. Gandhiji reminded the higher caste the duty towards the depressed classes. Then Baba Sahib Ambedkar did the same by reminding them of their inherent rights to equality with the higher and the more powerful castes. One stressed the duties and other stressed the rights. Next, after independence, members of the scheduled caste found doors open to them. How? This question. And after independence, the scheduled castes gained access to education, employment and political representation due to the provisions in the constitution. Reservation policies, fundamental rights and legal protection helped them to open new opportunities for them in free India. Next, Baba Sahib Ambedkar considered public education in free India unconstitutional and why? ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಈ ಚಳುವಳಿಗಳು ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆಗಳು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವು ಅಸಂವಿಧಾನಿಕ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, Dr. Ambedkar considered public educations in free India unconstitutional because citizens now had a democratic system means to express grievances through the legal systems, representation and voting. He believed in using the constitution and law instead of street protests for problem solving. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಡೆಮಾಕ್ರೆಟಿಕ್ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬದುಕ್ತಾ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಈ ದೇಶದ ನಾಗರಿಕರು ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೈಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದರ ಹೊರತಾಗಿ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ಅನ್ಯಾಯ ಆಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಅವುಗಳ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನಿಸುವುದರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪರಿಹಾರವನ್ನು ಪಡಿಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಆಸ್ತಿಪಾಸ್ತಿಗೆ ಹಾನಿಯಾಗುವ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆಗಳ ಚಳುವಳಿಗೆಗೆ ಅವರು ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಮಾನ್ಯತೆಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ದೆನ್ what qualities do you appreciate in Dr. B.R. Ambedkar? This question was asked in 2023. Dr. Ambedkar ಅವರ ಯಾವ ಗುಣಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರಶಂಸಿಸಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was a man of great intellect, determination and compassion. I appreciate his love for learning as seen in his voracious reading habits. He had a strong sense of justice and worked tirelessly for the upliftment of the depressed classes. His courage to fight social evils, legal knowledge and commitment to democracy are truly admirable. And he was also a great visionary and architect of modern India. Next, what made Dr. Ambedkar describe the methods of civil disobedience as the grammar of anarchy? Or what made Dr. Ambedkar describe the methods of civil disobedience, non-cooperation and satyagraha as the grammar of anarchy ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಅಳವಡಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇಷ್ಟಾದ ಮೇಲೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆಗಳನ್ನು, ಅಸಹಕಾರವನ್ನು, ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಮರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನಾರ್ಕಿ, ಒಂದು ಅರಾಜಕತೆ ಅಂತ ಇದು. ಈ ಒಂದು ಅರಾಜಕತೆಯ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಇವುಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ according to Ambedkar, methods of civil disobedience, non-cooperation and satyagraha are necessary in a state which is ruled by foreigners. ಅಂದರೆ ದೇಶವನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬರು ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಆಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅವಾಗ ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು ನಾನ್ ಕೋಆಪರೇಷನ್, ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹ, ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸೋಬಿಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಇದೆ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನಾವೇ ಆಳ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಸೂಕ್ತ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. But in a democratic country, these methods should not be used. If used, there would be loss of lives and public property. ಒಂದು ವೇಳೆ ನಾವು ಸತ್ಯಾಗ್ರಹ, ನಾನ್ ಕೋಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಈ ಥರ ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದರೆ, ನಾವು ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆ ಚಳವಳಿ ಆದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಆಸ್ತಿ ಪಾಸ್ತಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಷ್ಟ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಇದು ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಆನ್ಸರ್ ದಿ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ 5 to 6 sentences each. Constitution is a fundamental document to both the ruler and the ruled. How? The Constitution of India is the supreme law of the land. It defines the powers and responsibilities of the government and the rights and duties of the citizens. It protects the liberty, equality, and justice of the people. It also limits the authority of the rulers by setting legal boundaries. Thus, it governs both the ruler and the ruled, ensuring the democracy and justice in the country. What made Dr. Ambedkar describe the methods of civil disobedience and non-cooperation and satyagraha as the grammar of anarchy, as I already explained. But again, this question was asked in 2017. Dr. Ambedkar believed that in a democratic society, conflicts should be resolved through constitutional methods like discussions, debates, and legal processes. He stated that methods like civil disobedience, non-cooperation, and satyagraha were useful during the struggle for freedom, but not in an independent India. Continuing them would undermine the constitution and lead to disorder and instability. He described them as the grammar of anarchy because they could disturb peace in a lawful society. He urged people to respect the constitution and use democratic means to achieve their goals. Then, read the following extracts and answer the questions that follow. He raised brick by brick the magnificent edifice. Who did he refer to? He refers to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. What was the magnificent edifice? It's nothing but our constitution, okay? The Constitution of India. Who made this statement? Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru made this statement. Then debate about a veritable revolution in social thought. This question was asked in 2019 April. Who are they? They means Mahatma Phule, Rajaram Mohan Roy, and other social reformers like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Okay. Then what revolution is referred to here? Here, the revolution against caste discrimination, untouchability, and social inequality. Okay. ಈ ಒಂದು ತಾರತಮ್ಯ, ಅಸ್ಪೃಶ್ಯತೆ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಸಾಮಾಜಿಕ ಅಸಮಾನತೆ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಫುಲೆ, ರಾಜಾರಾಮ್ ಮೋಹನ್ ರಾಯ್, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿ ಆರ್ ಅಂಬೇಡ್ಕರ್, ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ ಇಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಹನೀಯರು, ಸಮಾಜ ಸುಧಾರಕರು ಅವಾಗೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿಭಟಿಸಿದ್ರು. ದೆನ್ ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ದೆ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ದಿ ಚಾಲೆಂಜ್ಡ್ ದ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ನಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್, ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಅವೇರ್ನೆಸ್, fought for education and equality, and inspired change in Indian society. Then, who could have dreamed that one born to a Mahar family would one day become not only a law minister but a lawmaker? This question was asked in 2018. Who is referred to as law minister here? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Who chose him to be the first law minister? Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Why is recognized as the lawmaker? Because he was the chief architect of the Indian Constitution. He had a clear perception of the mutuality of the three pillars of the state. Who is he here? It's nothing but Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And what are the three pillars of a state? Legislature, executive, and judiciary. What is the meaning of the word perception? Here perception means understanding or awareness. And He said only the valid divisions are the divisions between those who are noble and wholesome and those who are ignoble and unwholesome. Who made this statement? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. What are the valid divisions? Between the noble and the wholesome and the ignoble and unwholesome, but not the caste based. Okay. During his speech in the Constituent Assembly, and they brought about a veritable revolution in social thought. Who does they stand for? They stand for the social reformers like Mahatma Phule, Rajaram Mohan Roy, Ambedkar, and Mahatma Gandhi, and many more. What sort of a revolution did they bring about? A revolution against casteism, untouchability, and social injustice. How did they bring about the revolution? Through education, awareness, reforms, and upliftment of the oppressed classes. Next, given below is a profile. Write a paragraph using the clues given below. Here they have given about P.T. Usha, born, okay, let's rewrite this in a paragraph as P.T. Usha, popularly known as the Paioli Express and Golden Girl, is one of the India's most celebrated track and field athletes, and she was born on 27 June 1964 and is an Indian by nationality. Usha gained international fame for her speed, dedication, and record-breaking performances in athletics. She has brought glory to the nation through her achievements in Asian and international sports events. Her inspiring journey has made her a role model for young athletes across India. Next, develop the story using the clues given below. Here they have given a story and let's write it. Once upon a time, there was a hungry dog wandering through the streets in search of food. He came across a meat shop and stood nearby, watching the butcher. Feeling pity, the butcher threw a piece of meat to the dog. The dog quickly caught it in his mouth and ran happily to enjoy it alone. As he crossed a bridge over a stream, he looked into the water below. To his surprise, he saw another dog with a piece of meat in its mouth. Not realizing that it was his own reflection, the greedy dog thought of snatching the other piece too. He barked loudly, and in doing so, the piece of meat in his mouth fell into the water and was carried away by the stream. Means here, what is the moral of the story here is the dog was left disappointed and hungry, having lost the only piece of meat he had. He learned a hard lesson that day. Okay, that day he learned a lesson. So what moral do we learn from this? Means greed leads to loss. Okay. Next one. Study the picture given below and write a description or an account of what the picture suggests to you. Okay, let's look at this one. The picture shows a group of cheerful children engaged in planting and gardening activities. Two boys and two girls are working together to plant saplings and water them. One girl is watering the plants carefully while another girl holding a young plant ready to be planted. The boys are also actively involved, digging the soil and helping with the plantation. And all the children appear happy and enthusiastic, showing their love for nature. The scene reflects the importance of teamwork, environmental awareness, and the joy of taking care of plants. It encourages us to protect and preserve nature for a better future. Even you can write in your own in creative way. Next. Read the following passages and answer the questions that follow. Here they have given a passage, you go through it and answer the questions. And look at in what ways were the kites used in olden days ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. Then how were the kites festivals celebrated in China and Japan ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So look at the answers of this one. In the olden days, kites were used in wars to lift battle supplies and drop them near the fighting area. They were also used to carry messages across the long distances. Some kites were even strong enough to carry men. Next question is However, the kites festival celebrated in China and Japan. Here in China, people celebrated Kites Day on the ninth day of the ninth month by filling the sky with colorful and differently shaped kites. In Japan, people flew specially designed heavy kites on a boys' festival to celebrate the occasion. Both countries made their kite festivals lively and vibrant. Okay, and next question is about 8 to 10 sentences each. This question is going to be asked for 4 marks. What were the opinions of the Buddha and Abhay regarding caste divisions? The Buddha believed that the caste or the class should not be based on birth. Instead, it should be based on individual merit and character. He emphasized equality and moral conduct over caste identity. Similarly, the Tamil poetess Avai expressed a strong opposition to caste divisions. She said that there are only two types of people in the world, the noble and the ignoble, not higher or lower caste. Both the Buddha and Avai advocated for a casteless society based on human values and mutual respect. The thoughts helped in shaping social reform movements later in India. Their philosophies influenced Dr. Ambedkar in his fight against caste discrimination. They encouraged equality and justice among all human beings. Then, why did Nehru describe Dr. Ambedkar as a symbol of revolt? Because Pandit Nehru called Dr. B.R. Ambedkar as a symbol of revolt because he fought against the social injustice and untouchability and caste discrimination throughout his life. He stood firmly for the rights and dignity of the depressed classes. His life was a continuous struggle against oppression and inequality. Ambedkar questioned age-old traditions that divided people. He revolted not with violence but with knowledge, legal power, and constitutional rights. His efforts aimed to uplift the downtrodden and give them a respectable place in the society. Nehru admired his courage, intelligence, and fearless voice. Hence, Ambedkar symbolized a revolution against social evils, and Nehru rightly called him as a symbol of revolt. Next, there were great luminaries on the drafting committee, but Dr. Ambedkar is remembered as a pilot. Give reasons. Although the drafting committee had many great leaders and intellectuals, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was its chief architect and is remembered as pilots because he had an in-depth knowledge of law, constitution, and social issues. He worked day and night to prepare a document that would ensure justice, equality, and liberty for every citizen of India. He studied the constitutions of many countries and picked the best elements from it. And he also ensured that the constitution reflected Indian values and addressed the needs of the marginalized. His clarity of thought, legal expertise, and strong vision guided the committee's work. Hence, even though others contributed, Ambedkar's role was central, making him the pilot of the Indian constitution. What did Nehru say about Dr. Ambedkar in his condolence speech? In his condolence speech, Pandit Nehru said a rich tribute to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He said that a great man had passed away and the country had lost a towering social reformer and intellectual. Nehru described Ambedkar as a man who fought for the oppressed and depressed classes. He admired Ambedkar's contribution to the making of the constitution and his legal brilliance. Nehru acknowledged his courage in challenging social norms and standing up for justice. He also said that Ambedkar would be remembered for his immense services to the nation. Through these words, Nehru showed deep respect and recognition for Ambedkar's lifelong mission. And write an essay on any one of the following: deforestation or importance of yoga, disasters of excess rainfall. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದರ ಕುರಿತು ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಬಂಧವನ್ನು ಬರೀಬೇಕು. Okay, deforestation is cutting down of the trees and forests for various human activities such as agriculture, construction, and industry. It leads to the loss of biodiversity, soil erosion, climate change, and reduction in rainfall. Trees play an essential role in maintaining ecological balance. They absorb carbon dioxide and give oxygen, making the air breathable. When forests are destroyed, many animal species lose their homes, and humans also suffer due to natural disasters like floods and droughts. To protect our environment, we must plant more trees, reduce wood use, and adopt sustainable practices. Awareness and laws are necessary to stop illegal deforestation. Saving forests means saving our future generations. Then even you can write on yoga. Yoga is an ancient Indian practice that focuses on the union of mind, body and spirit. It improves physical health, mental peace and spiritual awareness. Practicing yoga regularly helps reducing stress, anxiety and depression. It also increases flexibility, strength and concentration. Yoga includes various asanas, okay, pranayama, that is a breathing exercises and meditation techniques. It's a natural way to keep the body fit and fine as well as mind calm. Today, people all over the world follow yoga for a healthier lifestyle. The International Day of Yoga is celebrated on June 21st every year. In a busy modern life, yoga brings balance and harmony. Therefore, yoga is very important for a happy and healthy life. Then you can write on disasters of excess rainfall. Excess rainfall can lead to serious natural disasters like floods, landslides, so waterlogging and crop damage. Though rain is important for life and agriculture, too much rain causes destruction. Roads and houses get submerged, and the people lose their homes and belongings. Floods damage crops, affecting farmers and leading to food shortages. Excess water also spreads waterborne diseases such as cholera and dengue. Infrastructure such as roads, bridges, and electricity systems get affected. The government and citizens must prepare for such situations by building proper drainage systems, early warning mechanisms, and flood shelters. Planting trees can reduce soil erosion and water runoff. Hence, though rain is a blessing, its excess can turn into a disaster. And now look at the poem, The Song of India. How is the natural beauty of India as shown by the poet V.K. Gokak in the poem The Song of India? Or what does the poet V.K. Gokak want to sing about his motherland? Okay, this question was asked in 2019. The poet V.K. Gokak wants to sing about the natural beauty of India, its glory and its great heritage. He wishes to describe the majestic Himalayas, the three seas, the sunrise and harvesting scenes that highlight the country's rich natural charm. How does Mother India want the poet to show about negative aspects of India? Mother India urges the poet to sing not only about India's glory but also about its sorrows and struggles. She wants the poet to write about the wretchedness of beggars, burning ghats, slums, and social unrest to present a true and complete picture of the country. The poet calls the temples as epics in stone justify the statement. Or how are the Indian temples epics in stone? Or why does the poet V.K. Gokak call the temples as epics in stone? This question was asked in 2018, 2019 and the previous year also. Next, the poet describes Indian temples as epics in stone because they reflect the grandeur of Indian art, architecture and history. These temples are beautifully carved and tell the stories of India's glorious past, like how epics narrate great tales. What according to the poet is the contribution of the seers and prophets? According to the poet, the seers and prophets contributed to India's spiritual strength and wisdom. They taught people the values of peace, truth, compassion, and helped in shaping India's moral and cultural foundation. India is filled with poverty, What example in the poem The Song of India does the poet explain this? The poet mentions wretched beggars, slums, and burning guards to show India's poverty and suffering. These images highlight the painful realities that exist alongside India's glory. How do you view the technological development in the poem The Song of India? Or how does the poet praise India being developed in industry and technology? The poet proudly mentions furnaces, laboratories, atomic age, and technological advancement to highlight India's progress. These images show that India is becoming a scientifically and industrially developed nation. How do you view the technological development and physical beauty of India as described in the poem? Again, this question was asked in 2020. The poet presents both physical beauty and technological advancement while he admires sunrise scenes, harvest time, and natural wonders. He also praises scientific progress, atomic energy, and modern industries, and showing India's balance of tradition and modernity. Why is the poet V.K. Gokak querulous? The poet querulous because he is uncertain about what kind of song he should sing for his motherland, whether to sing of its glory and beauty or its suffering and sorrow. This confusion creates a tone of questioning and doubt in his heart. Next, how does Mother India complain about social unrest in the poem The Song of India? Mother India refers to whimpering of beggars, burning guards, slums, and misery of the people. These images reflect the social unrest, poverty, and challenges that still exist in our country, despite its cultural and natural wealth. Answer the following questions in about 5 to 6 sentences each. Okay. What were the negative aspects of India as shown by the Mother India in the poem The Song of India? Mother India does not want the poet to ignore the suffering and poverty faced by the people, as he reminds the poet about the wretchedness of beggars, misery in slums, and the burning guards, which show the harsh realities of life. These are the negative aspects that are often hidden behind the glorification of the country. She wants the poet to speak about the voiceless and the poor, and this highlights her desire for justice and social awakening. Next, what are the achievements and developments of India described by the poet in the poem Song of India? Or how does the poet describe the progress achieved in our country in the poem The Song of India? The poet praises India for its technological and industrial development. He mentions laboratories, furnaces, and machine-driven cities and the atomic age as a symbol of progress. He also highlights India's rich spiritual tradition, glorious past, and natural beauty. These achievements reflect a blend of science, culture, and spiritual wisdom. The poet is proud of the balanced growth India is achieving. Okay. And how does the poet V.K. Goka praise the natural beauty and cultural beauty of India? Okay, this question was asked in 2023 March and 24 April. So let's look at the answer. The poet wishes to sing about India's majestic mountains, sunrise, harvesting time, and calm seas, showing her natural beauty. He also wants to sing about the ancient temples, great heroes, seas, and prophets, which reflects India's cultural richness. He sees India as the land of glory, peace, and tradition. His song would be filled with respect, pride, and love for his motherland. What are the positive aspects of India, which has been shown by the poet V.K. Gokak in the poem The Song of India? The poet describes the natural beauty, cultural greatness, and scientific progress of India. He mentions the majestic Himalayas, temples, great heroes, and seas as a part of India's rich heritage. He also praises India's entry into the atomic age and modern industries. These aspects show India as a powerful, diverse, and forward-looking nation. Or sum up the conversation between the poet and the motherland in your own words. Okay, 2020, 22, then 23. Okay, describe the vision. Again, the 4 marks question. In the poem, the poet wishes to sing about the glory, beauty, and achievements of India, but Mother India interrupts him and urges him to sing about the real conditions of the country, about poverty, pain, and struggle. She wants him to speak about for the poor, helpless, and those who are suffering. However, at the end, she allows the poet to sing of the new vision, a future India that is strong, united, and free from injustice. The conversation reflects both patriotism and the social responsibility. And there are some extracts asked in this poem. What song shall I sing of you, my mother? Who does I refer to? The poet. Who is the mother here? The poet's motherland, India. Then what type of song does the poet wish to sing? He wishes to sing a song praising India's natural beauty, spiritual tradition, and achievements. Okay. Next, sing the beggar and leper. Who is the speaker? The mother India, or the land, motherland. Who has to sing about themselves? The beggar and the leper, that is the poor and the diseased people of India. Where does we see these people? We often see them in slums, streets, railway stations, and urban corners, symbolizing the poverty in India. Okay, next. Shall I sing of you, your rock temple epics in stone? Okay. Why does the poet call the temples epics in stone? Because the temples are richly carved with mythological stories and ancient wisdom, making them living symbols of the India's cultural heritage. What figures of speech is used here? Here, metaphor. Temples are compared to the epics. Okay. What do you mean by an epic? An epic is a long poem that tells heroic stories or events of cultural importance. Next, of your children that died to call you their own, very own. Who is you address to? You refers to Mother India. Who are the children here? The freedom fighters and the martyrs who died for India's independence. Why did the children die? They died fighting for India's freedom and dignity, wanting to own and serve their country. That beat into my ears like gong. Who is the speaker? The poet B.K. Gokak. What does the word that refer? That refers to Mother India's complaints about poverty in slums and social unrest. What is the figures of speech used here is simile. Mother India words are compared to a gong. Gong means nothing but a big bell which is tied in the temples. Next, is there no song that I can sing of you? Who does I refer to? The poet. What feeling does the speaker express here? He expresses confusion, sadness, and angriness, and guilt for not knowing what to sing. Okay, and what type of song does she want to sing? Then the song that reflects truth, patriotism, and hope, balancing pride and concern. Nervous I yet asked, deeming it my task. Who made this statement? Poet. Why was the speaker nervous? Because he was unsure whether to praise India's glory or to speak of her problems. What is his task then? His task is to write a truthful song that includes both the positive and negative aspects of India. She sat and wrote the Book of Marrow. Who says this? The poet says this. Who wrote the Book of Marrow? The Mother India is writing the Book of Marrow. Marrow means tomorrow. What does the Book of Marrow symbolize? Means it symbolizes India's future filled with hope, renewal, and better tomorrow. And answer the following questions in about 8 to 10 sentences each. How does the poet V.K. Gokak want to praise Mother India? ಇಲ್ಲಿ 4 ಅಂಕಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೇಳಬಹುದಾದಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. The answer is the poet V.K. Gokak wants to praise Mother India by singing about her natural beauty, glorious history, and spiritual richness. He admires the majestic Himalayas, the 3 oceans, and the sunrise over her fields. He wishes to describe her ancient temples, calling them epics in stone, and pay tribute to her great heroes, sages, and prophets. He also wants to glorify her scientific and technological progress, like her entry into the atomic age. However, Mother India urges him not to forget the poverty, suffering, and social issues that exist. The poet wants to write a song that includes both her pride and her pain. In the end, he praises her for preparing a bright future, symbolized by writing the book of morrow. Thus, his praise is balanced, thoughtful, and visionary. Okay, and in the poem again, they ask it to write the summary. The same you can continue with, and this is how I tried my best to give you the solutions of unit number 4 completely. ಪ್ರಿಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಇದಿಷ್ಟು ಯೂನಿಟ್ ನಂಬರ್ 4 ಮೇಲೆ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾದಂಥ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಲೈಕ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ, ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್, ಲೈಕ್, ಕಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಶೇರ್ ದ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ವಿತ್ ಯುವರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್. Till then, take care. Thank you.